Hello everyone, it's Omae and welcome back to the brand new video. We have the Holy Knights Blitz battle is now live, and I wanted to show you guys a team that uses everyone besides GABAN. He's the only character that I didn't recommend you pull for. So this team, we are using Bonnie support. She is quite crucial because on stage 3 we get 9 turns of attack down. So double VV captains, they each remove 3 turns by themselves. We are supposed to use GABAN for the attack down removal, but we're just using VV's captain with the Bonnie. As for the ship, Shark Superb, it's giving you the most damage. However, there is only one small different way you need to play the quest if you don't have Shark Superb, and I'll talk about that when we reach the final stage. So of course, if you do have the materials, make sure your dex units like the Luffy, Zoro and the Nami are going to be leveled up, because the final stage, at least one of the variants, I'm pretty sure there's actually only one variant this time, but it's very early, so we don't exactly know. So your dex units do need to have pretty nice level here to make sure we get a nice and easy kill, right? So let's just straight into it. I do recommend running a friend captain with very high level, just so that you can very easily tap and kill on the final stage and also the earlier stages here, especially when it comes to these high defense turtles on stage 1. We don't have any guaranteed matching orbs, so sometimes you're gonna have to hit a good strike. You can't just pass through the mobs without even tapping properly, right? You have to hit at least a good strike. And if you have a decently invested Nami, they're on stage 1 against the quick turtles. Tap on her instead so that she kills very quickly. The one thing about Vivi is that she actually has very low HP as a captain, but luckily there's no death hits in this quest. So there we go. We also get a nice color affinity from Bonnie. Now, there are 2 variants here. You can either come across Shamrock or Ganko. Both of them are strength. Both of them have an orb barrier. The only difference is that Shamrock has a dex orb barrier. Shamrock has a tandem orb barrier. So what we're going to do is just use Luffy and Zoro's super swap, get them into their dex form. This is very important. You don't want to swap them again later on into their dex form when you reach the final stage. So for speed's sake, make sure that you start off in their int form so that you don't have to swap them again on the final stage and waste time. But most importantly, they give themselves a tandem orb and the adjacent characters matching orbs. So make sure that your Nami is adjacent to your Luffy and Zoro so that you get a guaranteed dex orb to get past Shamrock's barrier. Now, depending on who you encounter, just tap on the unit that's going to get you through the slot barrier, and then Loki will kill. But we'll first use Loki's special here. This is quite important, not only for damage to make it an easy kill, but when you kill either Shamrock or Ganko, they will extend your attack boost by 2 turns. But if you don't have an attack boost present, they'll give you a 3-turn weak attack boost of 1.1x, which will make your damage on stage 4 a lot weirder, right? So definitely use Loki. It'll make it easy to one-tap Shamrock or Ganko here on stage 3, and also on stage 4 your damage will be much better. Additionally, final stage we do get paralysis again, so Loki special will get charged thanks to his sailor effect, so don't worry about him being not ready for later on in the quest. But enough, yep, let's just oh wait, bro, I tapped on Luffy and Zoro, not Nami, but it's fine. Both Vivi and the Loki do so much damage. But yeah, tap on Nami there if you gain Shamrock to get through the barrier, and then Loki will one tap. Either way, it's not the end of the world, even if you mess up like I did. So against Ganko, she does have weakness class, which is quite interesting for a earlier stage besides the final stage. So we do have extra 2x damage from our striker units. So we don't actually have any quick strikers here, which is kind of annoying. But it's not the end of the world. The enemy has a territory, but we will ignore that. We have so much damage. Now, the enemy does have a orb damage reduction, which is not affected by strength slots. Now, funnily enough, they actually just give us a full board of strength slots. So I think we do need Shark Superb to make that counted as matching. Unless someone makes them matching. I know the captain effects don't do it. There's no one here giving beneficial orb enable for strength slots. So it might actually be up to Shark Superb to provide that. But I think Shark Superb gives dex and quick orbs counted as matching. So I don't think you really need it. But either way, these strength slots, we are going to keep them. Don't use Vivi's special because she will change those into quick slots, which are going to be reduced by the enemy's orb damage reduction. So don't touch those orbs. Don't use Vivi's kit. What we will do is use Reiju's super type. This will give us an overrideable orb boost and a chain multiplicative buff, which will last until the final stage, and also give us super type. But then since we have an attack and orb boost, she'll give us a bunch of damage boosting effects, set target status, and color affinity mainly. The conditional boost isn't even procced. And then what we can do here is that's literally it. We're just going to tap on Loki. First start off our chain with our chain multiplicative buff, and then Loki will demolish the enemy. That set target status does quite a bit, right? If your Loki and Vivi isn't well invested, and as I said, you using a friend captain Vivi with higher level, then you can tap essentially a good on the friend captain Vivi and it should kill, right? With good enough investment. Now the final stage, you need to make sure that your your Loki is in the middle left or bottom right slot, so that he doesn't get binded, of course, right? Very important detail. So we're going to use him to release us from bind and give us an attack boost, put the territory on the field, replacing the enemy territory. And then we can use our Nami. What this will do is give us an orb boost and a free spirit territory, which stacks nicely. And almost everyone on the team is a free spirit, so that territory is quite powerful from Nami. Now, here's the detail. If you don't have Shark Superb, your quick orbs will not be counted as matching on your dex units. So to get around that, we are first using VV special to remove the damage reduction and inflict weakened status to the enemy through the immunity, right? And then Luffy and Zoro. And since Luffy Zoro removes paralysis, they change the paralysis orbs into matching type slots. If you first use Luffy and Zoro, you will change the orbs into matching into dex slots here for our dex units, and then Vivi will change those into quick slots, which wouldn't be matching on our dex units. So having type neutral slots on our main damage dealers would not be a great idea, but in my situation, even those quick orbs would be matching on those dex units thanks to Shark Superb, but it is definitely not a necessary ship. And don't waste your time activating Vivi's super type. We already have super type from Reiju, and also she would weaken the attack boost from Loki, so it would actually make us lose damage. And also don't use the second special, it's gonna do nothing, right? So just start off your chain and then kill with those dex units. If you have great investment, you shouldn't have to tap on anyone else, but unfortunately my Nami isn't even cotton candied, level 99, not even max limit break. Same goes for Luffy and Zoro, so hopefully if you have proper investment, those dex units will be enough to kill. And this team does have about, I think, 30x 36x points, which is amazing. If you do have GABAN, obviously just replace the Reiju with GABAN. Reiju isn't necessary for the team. She's mainly there because she's the next best point booster if you don't have any of the bats, right? So we also get an Aurora gem, all this goodies. Yeah, this is going to make it very easy to farm Blitz. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the team. If you have any ways you think you can improve it, let us know down below. Join the Discord if you really are struggling to team build. We can help you find something. I will be team building and making no new batch teams while I farm Blitz in the background, but I am going to be farming Blitz constantly, so I might be a bit slow. So definitely join the Discord if you want to get teams as soon as possible, and also subscribe to the channel because we are so close to 4,000 subscribers. Well, not so close, but you guys have been showing so much support recently, so thank you guys. Let's get us to 4,000 subscribers, right? And of course, like and comment your thoughts. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, and I'm out.